Hey man, Alabama, here we go. Now I'm gonna say this to you, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. This not gonna end good, cause everybody and their mama not finna allow you to just be dumping these Haitians all on top of their head. It ain't gonna end good. But I want you to notice something, and I'm gonna keep it 100% real with you, 100% real, as it pertains to this. Some of y'all not gonna like this. Some of y'all gonna get offended. Some of y'all gonna be like, man, DW, I ain't gonna support you. But see, here's the problem. When you allow crazy liberals to run your city council, then you go deeper and you allow crazy ass liberal black woman to run your city council, this is what you gonna get. Now I want y'all to understand, all over the nation, this is your wake up call from God. He's saying, hey, pay attention. Hey, you. Pay attention. Stop doing dumb stuff. Now, if you don't listen, you're going to have a problem. But watch this. These are the conversations that are happening in small town city councils all over the place. Because, see, your council, it don't matter what's going on in the federal government side, right? The states and the city councils should protect their people, or else they should get voted out. So see, all you people who be like, I don't vote in the past, I don't care about what happens in the elections, I don't vote. We see it in the comments all the time. I won't vote. This is why I say you an enemy. And you's the worst type of enemy. You worse than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. You worse than the people crossing the border. Because it takes for it to come all the way to your front doorstep for you to get active, but you gonna let it get to your front doorstep. While everybody else say, hey man, we need to deal with this by voting, we need to deal with it. Then they got the people say, you can't deal with a spiritual problem with a political solution. You bad too. Because you don't realize that everything in this realm is manifested from the spirit realm. It says whatever you bind on earth is bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth is loose in heaven. You notice that the scripture talking about what you doing on earth, right? You understand that, right? Anyway, let me stop getting too deep, because let me just shit. Go ahead, man. What you saying, girl?
I have a couple of questions about the legal immigrants that we have come to our city.
They're aliens.
I would like to know how they were vetted, and I've got a couple of questions about that. How they were vetted. Was everyone vetted? Where were they located? It's said that they have work visas, but the work visas show that the company that they work for is not it's not a factory that we have here. So that's one of my concerns. Who is heading up, watching over this situation?
I'm finna go to one of these city council meetings. I'm finna go to one of these city council meetings. I'm finna go off, because y'all don't know how to behave. See this really passive way you talking to these people. No, you pay their salary.
Information can you give me about this situation? I'm just concerned.
So unfortunately, Sherry, we don't have any information to provide to you. We don't have any information. We just don't have it.
And there she is, little bird lady, black woman with bird hair. We don't have no information to provide for you. Now here's what I want you to look at. Let's look at these people from left to right. And let's just read the room. See this lady on the far left looking down. This man right here looking directly at her. Everybody else is looking away from this woman in shame. Let's just keep looking how they.
That's so, and I don't want to speak on something and misinform people, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. But as of right now, we don't have any information. We just know that they are here legally.
Now, watch this. When somebody tells me that we don't have any information, we just know they are here legally, the next thing I say is, hold on. Are you not the city council? Were you not elected to protect and serve the people? And I would shut up. I'm talking about a long pause. I will shut up. And if they don't say nothing, I will point them out. You, ma'am, over here with the blonde hair. Is it not your job to protect and serve? You, sir, with the beautiful gray hair. Is it not your job to protect and serve? You, ma'am, in the middle, which you're sitting in the middle, Tiffany. That means you must be the boss. Tiffany, is it not your job to protect and serve? And I will go all the way down the line and I say, how in the hell don't you know? And why don't you know? And I expect an answer. Now. And then they'll get to hemming and hawing and talking and going crazy. Acting a damn fool. They'll get to acting crazy. And then I say, you know what? So what you're telling me as a citizen of this district or this county is that you don't have our best interests at heart. And you don't intend to stand for our best interests. None of you. Is anyone here willing to stand up for our best interests? Is anyone here willing to commit to look into this? And I ask that you go further to remove them. Have you not seen what's going on all around the nation? Are you blind? Do we need to give you that information? Here you go. Here's the information. I will call the sheriff. Can you give each and every one of these people these articles? And now we're going to be getting up on time. You know what I'm saying? We almost out of time. And see, this is how you really play them. You go in there with 5 people and you all know what's going to be said. The next person pick up right where your time expires. They'd be like, well, Mr. Williams' time is up, but I'm going to pick up where he left off. Can you guys take a look at the documentation? Are you aware of what's going on around the nation? Time ends with that person, the next person. Mr. Rogers' time is up. We're back to the documentation. Are you aware of this? I'm looking for an answer from each of you guys. Well, we weren't aware. Well, now we're aware. Okay, so now that you are aware of and you have evidence of what this leads to, what are you going to do about it? And that person time may run out. Then you say, okay, the final person is trying to get them to commit. Can we get a commitment from you? A verbal commitment from you that not only are you going to find answers for us on this before the next time we meet, but that you at your office will start to communicate via email what you've discovered and open an investigation into it and let us know. And if they don't commit, the last person says, you know, they were, okay, say, listen, I understand nobody wants to commit. Let me tell you what we're committed to. We're committed to getting you out of office at this point in time. There's no hemming and hawing about it. There's no more discussing it. We're committed to getting you out of office. So you can commit to the people, or we going as a people gonna commit to turning against you. And you won't have to worry about doing any research because we'll get people in who will do the research.
And the only thing I can add to that concern of yours and a lot of people's is that, you know, this is above us. We found out when everybody found out that they showed up. The first time I saw them, they came to our church and wanted to come to Sunday school and church with us, and that's the first time I knew they were in town. And there was 3, then 6, and 8, and they're the ones at church with me are great people. They want to come into church, haven't asked for a thing, and worship and go home. That's the only interaction I've had with them. And I know there's more than that here in town, but the only things we know is they're here. We can't.
That is totally unacceptable. This man said, only thing I know is they here. That's totally unacceptable. You're going to find out why they came to your church, you dummy.
Ain't, you know, that they're, I wouldn't say a private citizen, but they're coming in just as you would go into another town and buy a house and live there. They're doing the same thing. We can't ask them or watch them like a specific criminal or anything.
What? Do you hear this? So an illegal who don't have citizenship, who came across the border illegally, you can't watch them?
They haven't committed a criminal act.
See, here's the thing. Watch this, guys. How does he know? Who told him he can't watch them? They're illegal. They're not citizens. They're illegals. They're aliens. Who told him that? Is he that damn dumb? Or did somebody tell him what he can or he can't do? Or is he that damn dumb? Is it one of the two? And I would say, sir, so these people are illegals. They came here illegally. They're criminals. So you telling me you can't watch them as if they're criminals when they committed a criminal act? So what that tells me is somebody, and he said this is above our heads. That means that somebody came to him and said, listen, boy, and I want you to hear what I'm saying to you, boy. You think you tough down there in Alabama, boy? You ain't tough. That's what we gonna do. We gonna send these Haitians in here, and they gonna do every voodoo ritual they could do. They gonna rape, rob, and pillage, and you ain't gonna do a damn thing, or else you gonna deal with me, boy. That's what somebody told him. And the question now is, who told you that? The question is, who told you that? Who told you? How is it above your head? Did it come from the governor of Alabama? I don't think the governor of Alabama is on that type of time.
So we know they're here, you know.
Look at this smirk on her face on the left-hand side. See that smirk? Hold on, let me make it big. Look at that stupid ass smirk on her face. Hold on, it won't let me make it big. I know it's not showing her. Stop being big. Look at the smirk on her face. Look at this. Look at that smirk on her face. You see it? Hold on, let's see what else they got to say.
They can provide to our economy and do things that help Silicaca, but as far as knowing how they got here or what their deal is, we're left out of the loop just as you. That goes way high up, and if you haven't noticed, even some of our state representatives have reached out to their DC representatives like Ben Robbins and asking for help and reasoning of why they're here, so that they don't even know at the state level.
But there's no reason for us to wonder why or to investigate. No crime has been.
Oh, there is a reason, because they're illegal. And see, now we're starting to see how the board is divided. You want to know? Watch this. Watch the look on her face when the guy goes to explain this. Watch the tail end of him talking. Watch.
And if you haven't noticed, even some of our state representatives.
Watch the one in the middle.
Reached out to their DC representative.
See how she looked? Like, oh. See that look right there? Just like.
Like Ben Robbins.
See the hand movement?
And asking
the head shaking.
Why they're here. So.
See, now she's in agreement with it. He like, nah, we had reached out to find out what's going on. Watch this. I still would have jumped in his behind. But you see her? See the ringleader? Now you see who the ringleader is. Now watch the reply.
But there's no reason for us to wonder why or to investigate. No crime has been committed. I mean, they're here working, like Ashley said, they're, adding to the economy. So as of right now, that's really all we have to say. It was actually more than what I thought we had to say. But
oh, there it is. That's all we have to say, but it's more than I thought we had to say. She couldn't help but be black woman and try and be boss and try and punk him.
I have one thing. I have reached out to state and federal leaders to try to get more information, and everybody's kind of in the same boat. I've also reached out to other leaders across the state to see, to seek information as well.
And my question.
Oh, y'all see it now? You see how it played out? Oh, yeah. If they would apply the right pressure, this thing would break. All right, so far right, they had a conversation, and they was like, well, we not going to say certain things. Far right, drop the bomb. Far left, drop the bomb. I thought her little smirk she was in agreement. I apologize, Blondie. She drops a bomb. We reached out. Let's see where everybody else sitting is. We got her in the middle. We know where she sits. I'm the boss, and she got a little black girl attitude. Let's see how everybody else sits.
I reached out to other leaders across.
You see how she looking away? Look at her, like how she just staring off in the space. She just staring off like, I can't believe they're saying this.
State to see, to seek information as well.
And my question is, if they're being bused in here, brought in here by bands, how come the city knows nothing about it?
We don't know anything about that, Miss Easton. That's just, we've seen this stuff on Facebook and social media just like you have. We have no knowledge of that.
Why haven't you reached out to find out?
Miss Easton, with all due respect,
You can.
have you, I'm gonna ask this and with all due respect, has anybody seen anybody being bused in here? Has anybody seen any bus coming here dropping people off?
I had someone that told me that's
I know,
banned.
but it's hearsay. But that's the thing. People are posting stuff on social media and people are saying things that they don't know anything
I
about.
realize it's
Yeah,
social.
nobody has.
That's not even the point, young old lady. Listen, old lady, she trying to bully you. This is what you should say. Whether they bust in, whether they walked in, whether they rode a bicycle in, whether they teleported in, whether they were parachuted in, whether they climbed out of holes in the ground, whether they built a trench from Haiti all the way through from the Gulf Coast of Mexico to get here, and they swam up that trench, ma'am, they are here. You know, you trying to have an argument with me about how they got here? Do you think I'm stupid?
Has seen any of those things happen.
I realize
Yes.
that.
No crime has been committed. There has been no
They're here illegally, and that is the crime.
reason.
But I also went by where they're living, some of them, and they're just sitting around outside, they're not working.
But what's wrong with that though, Ms. Deason? What's wrong with them sitting
Because
outside
they're
where
not
they're paying your
working.
rent?
In the middle of the day, they would be working if they came here to
But
work.
we can go anywhere, Ms. Deason,
The
and see
whole
people
thing
sitting on
was
their
wasted.
porch.
Now I'm gonna tell you this. See, this is where the race relation comes in. I hear it. You hear it in her voice? This is the black woman being like, she trying to make this a black-white thing, not an American thing. You hear it? Listen to her. She won't make it a black-white thing, not an American thing. And see, that's why all them damn Haitians need to be dropped on her front doorstep. It ain't a black-white thing. It's an American thing. I don't want them Haitians outside my house, just like I don't want the Venezuelans outside of my house, just like I don't want the damn Chinese outside of my house. But it's mighty peculiar that they drop the Haitians in the country areas. And then they drop the Venezuelans all in Colorado, in the liberal areas. So they dropped in the liberal areas, they dropped all the Venezuelans. Out here, and where the country folk is, we gonna drop a bunch of Haitians in there. And we dare you to say something about them because you racist. You better get them Haitian Negroes the hell out of my damn neighborhood. What they need right now in Salagaga, Alabama, y'all need to do go find one of y'all black neighbors, bring them up in there, let him tell them about it, to shut her behind up, because they're trying to frame this woman. She trying to frame her. You can hear the racial tension in the words.
Not working.
They supposedly came here to work.
I worked night shift for a while. I mean, you never know where they're working or what hours they're working.
And I wasn't gonna comment on this, but I am now because I feel like I need to. I want to welcome anybody to Silicata that wants to come to Silicata. Anybody that's here that's paying lodging, buying gas, buying food, paying rent, utilities, whatever. We want to welcome them here.
No, you don't. So you won't welcome pedophiles there? You won't welcome rapists there because they paying lodging and buying gas? I want to welcome anybody who come here. See, I shouldn't say that, and I'm not going to say that. I'm going to end this video right here, and I'm going to let you imagine what would have just came out of my mouth just now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end it right here. You can imagine what I was going to say.